Alright, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Chupacabra Tutorials channel. I'm your host, Larry, and today we're going to be showing how to install the Arbie's ABDO styled collection, which is made by Arbie, which I believe is the same person that made the Muscle Mommies mod. Oh, no, I guess not. If they are, it looks very similar in style. So, anyway, we're going to install this today. And I'm also going to install the Invisible Herald Cape mod so that you can turn off your cape if you want to see all of your new Helldivers model, as well as the mod manager for Helldivers 2 because you can't really mod properly without it. So let's start by downloading the mod manager. I'm going to hit the manual install button and the slow download because that's the one that's free. And then in my downloads folder, I have a Helldivers 2 modding folder, and I've got a mod manager folder just for that. So while that's downloading, I'm also going to grab the Invisible Herald Cape mod. I'm going to plunk this into a mods folder. And I do recommend, just to keep things organized, especially for updating, that you put your different mod packs, especially, in their own individual labeled folders. And then the last thing I'm going to grab is the Arbie's ABDO styled collection, and there's 5 file sets to choose from. So there's the main file, which I'll grab, and then you can kind of change the skin tone for the PH9 to be lighter or darker, and then there's also a chubby version of the B27, and a hyper B27, which I'm guessing that's one of those ones that like makes them look like they're in an inflated balloon, but I don't know. So I'm going to download the main file mostly, and then I'm not going to worry about these other versions, but if you wanted to grab these other versions, the note here is load this file first into the mod manager, then load these alternative files afterwards, because they build off of the main file. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and open up the mod manager, and I will extract that to a file of the same name. Now the mod manager, it's right here. It's pretty straightforward. It's just this little yellow icon. It's the second file down inside of the zip file. And all this is it just loads your mods in a list and then puts them into your Helldivers 2 files. But to do that, you have to tell it where you have Helldivers 2 installed. Because you can put the mod manager anywhere on your computer, the downloads folder, your desktop, the moon, doesn't matter. All you gotta do is go to settings, and then here at the top under game directory, you click these 3 buttons on the right and you tell it where Helldivers 2 is located. Now I could find it manually, but I'm lazy, so I'm gonna open up Steam, and here inside of Steam is Helldivers 2. I'm gonna right click that, and I'm gonna go to manage, and I'm going to go to Browse Local Files. This is going to automatically open up the location that Helldivers 2 is installed, so I can click the top menu bar, the little address bar, and copy that, close this, and then Steam, and I'm going to paste it at the top of the search bar and hit Enter. Boom! That's where Helldivers 2 is located. I'll click Select Folder in the lower right, and then we're done. The setup for the mod manager is complete. Now we just have to load our mods. So to do that, we're going to click the Add button. We're going to go back to Downloads. We're going to go back to the Modding folder. Going to go into the mods, and I'm going to load the first one's the Arbie's ABDO styled collection. Hit Open. And then after that, I'm going to add the Invisible Herald Cape and hit Open. And then to get these loaded into the actual game, I hit the Deploy button. This will load all the mods into the game, and now we're ready to go. I can now hit Launch Helldivers 2. Now it should be worth noting, while Helldivers is loading in the background, that it should be noted that this mod... So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Chupacabra Tutorials channel. I'm your host, Larry, and today we're going to be installing Arbie's ABDO styled collection, which adds a more muscular fit look and a female fit look to all of the different armors that make up like the light and the medium armors from the start of the Helldivers 2 game. This one replaces a whole bunch of different armors. They're all listed here, or at least some of them are listed here. So if you want to install this with any other mods, be very careful because it might conflict. And usually to get these female armor mods to work, we need to do two things. The first thing is you need to set your armor type to lean. And as you can see, as I go from brawny to lean, I already have the bustier, more muscular augment to my character's frame. And then we can go back and we can go into our armory and we can play around with what armor set we actually want to use. Because this one replaces a broad variety of the different armors with just one that's more muscular, like you're roid raging, and bustier, so that you look like you're ready to go out into battle and you're also an actual proper female body type. Because a lot of people weren't happy with the fact that if you go back to like the character and you go to body type, the only real difference between this one and the lean was you're a little bit skinnier, but there's a really no obvious difference, at least gender-wise, for a lot of people. That's what the whole idea of this armor set is supposed to do. So with that in mind, so you've got something for nearly everything, and it really just looks like skin-tight spandex, and it's got some bustier underboob for a broad variety of these armors. And they're not all like the default set of like starter armors either. There's some more advanced armors in here that came out recently. So I'm not entirely certain what the design ethos was when picking which ones to change. But you have a decent swath of different armors from the light and the medium departments in order to pick from. And then obviously if you want, oh, actually, no, it's got some of the heavy armors as well. I was going to say, if you want, there's also the Muscle Mommies mod, which I believe augments and like accentuates this. So you could probably pair those two together if you really wanted a better selection of heavier armors. But it looks like this particular set is slowly adding all of the different armors from both light to heavy. So yeah, oh, and then of course, if we want to install the cape, we just go to the cape. And then it is underneath at the bottom here, it's the Herald Cape. You can equip that. And then bing, bang, boom. We are ready to go fighting in style, absolutely roid raging ripped in spandex. So there you go. So yeah, that'll be it for this one, ladies and gentlemen. This has been how to install the Arbie ABDO collection in Helldivers 2. I've been your host, Larry. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will catch you next time. Bye, everybody, and have a good one.